Hello boys, ghouls, and everything in between. My name is Shay, and today we are going to be talking about Wicca. So stop by and stay for a spell. For starters, it's important to know the difference between Wicca and witchcraft because a lot of people don't realize this, but they're actually two different things. Witchcraft is exactly what it says it is, a craft. It's the actual practice of what you do, casting spells, divination, that sort of thing. Meanwhile, Wicca is a religion. It's praying to the gods and rituals, things like that. So it's very important to know the difference between that because you can practice witchcraft and not be Wiccan. However, I use the two phrases interchangeably because I do both. I practice Wicca and I also do witchcraft. So, important distinction. In order to truly understand Wicca, you have to look at its history, or at least what we know of its history, because thanks to the medieval church, a lot of our practices and beliefs were lost over time. However, there is evidence that people were practicing some form of Wicca during the Paleolithic era. There have been cave paintings of a horned god and a moon goddess. Because of this, it's believed that Wicca is at least 30,000 years old, if not older. However, modern Wicca is based primarily on ancient Irish, Scottish, Welsh, just generally Celtic civilizations and their practices. The modern incarnation of the witch, the one with the pointy hat and the warts that rides the broomstick at night, that originated during medieval times when the church wanted to convert practitioners from Wicca to Christianity. They added a negative connotation to Wicca by taking the gods and goddesses that they worshipped and making them into demons. They took their celebrations and they put saints and other Christian idols at the forefront. That's actually why many modern celebrations have pagan origins. The medieval church knew that the practitioners wouldn't want to give up their celebrations so easily, so instead of just completely rewriting how they celebrated, they took how they already celebrated these harvests and Sabbaths and they just added a Christian story to it. No offense to any Christians watching. I highly doubt you're watching, but no offense. Now, Wicca itself teaches two lessons: respect and responsibility. Respect of the world around you, whether it be people, animals, just nature itself. Respect and admiration. Responsibility comes from what you do, how you choose to practice it. So, unlike other religions where you ask a deity to do something for you, what you really do is call upon a deity to help you realize the gifts within yourself in order to do it. From the responsibility aspect, you get two rules. And at harm none, do what thou will, which is pretty self-explanatory. Do whatever the fuck you want, just as long as you're not hurting anybody or yourself. The second rule is the three folds law, which basically means whatever you put out into the world comes back to you. It's a karma thing, but the thing is, when it comes back to you, it comes back to you threefold, or 3 times as better or worse as you sent it out into the world. That's why it's never a good idea to try and curse people or just generally do bad things, because no matter what happens, if you send that out into the world, it will, like a boomerang, come right back and hit you in the face. Very, very hard. There's a big misconception that you need all of these fancy tools to practice Wicca, but the truth is, all you really need is salt and tea. Not necessarily together. Well, maybe, depending on what you're trying to do, I guess. Salt is used for banishing. You put it around your windowsill or near door frames to keep unwanted spirits and just negative energy out. Tea can be used for healing. Different teas can help with different things. So for instance, cinnamon tea can help with your metabolism, hibiscus tea can help with your blood pressure. I'll leave a list of what different teas can do down in the description below. But basically all you need to remember is salt for external problems, tea for internal problems. Actually, that serves as a pretty nice segue into my next point, which is finding what practice suits you. Some people might find that they lean more towards banishing and exorcism kind of spell work. Other people might find that they really vibe with divination or healing or the point is there are many different forms of practice. Now, I personally have found that my strength lies in healing practices and divination, mostly tarot cards. But really, the thing that you need to know is whatever you find works for you, that is your thing. Now, feel free to try and expand or just kind of test different forms of practice just to see maybe there's something that you didn't think you'd be able to do that it turns out you're actually pretty good at. That's the beauty of pagan practices. There's not really a right or wrong way on how to do things. You just kind of have to go with what you're feeling in the moment. And you don't even have to stick to the one particular type of Wicca, the Celtic version. You can incorporate ancient Egyptian or Scandinavian or even Native American practices into what you do. Like, for example, I've been doing research on how to work with my animal guides, different shaman practices, and stuff like that. There's not even a set ideology on what deities to worship. You can, as I've said, worship the Celtic deities or the ancient Greek gods and goddesses, or the point is whatever you feel passionate about and whatever you just feel deep in your gut that this is what you're supposed to do, that's what you do. That's also another thing. I hear a lot of people saying, oh, I wish that I could get a Wiccan to come to my door and try and convert me. We don't convert people. We don't, I'm not doing this to try and convince you to practice Wicca. I'm putting this out there because we believe if you are meant to practice Wicca, you will come to it in your own time. And maybe you're on that path and you've come across this video to push you in that direction or to help guide you to find a deeper, more meaningful practice. I'm joined by another cat today.
Is there anything you want to tell the people, Tay-Tay? Do you want to say hi? Are you mad at me because I'm in your sleepy spot? I just gotta go back to the video now.
So, to sum Wicca up, it's basically a choose-your-own-adventure kind of religion. So, just do what feels right and fuck the rest. So, guess that is all for today. I really hope you liked this video, found it informative, and maybe you learned a few things. So if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell notification. Leave a comment below and maybe I'll do more Wiccan videos. Tay-Tay, are you taking everything with you? Okay. Remember, you are all beautiful and loved. Mwah!